Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Baby Brigade. Don't pretend y'all haven't dreamed about doing this. Love you. Hey, if you're watching this, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. See you soon. Bye. Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Baby Brigade. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday evening. We had a pretty good day. Been having a little case of FOMO, as me and Marcia put it, fear of missing out on all these yarn sales. And something that I had long forgotten that I posted on Facebook Marketplace actually sold today. So I had some money. And Johnny says, "What are we going to do?" And I said, "We're going to Joanne's." Because I had checked the app before I left the house to go meet the person, and and some yarn that I had my eye on was like $2 and something, I forget, but it was really cheap, and I was like, but it was just for today, and I was like, oh my goodness. And so and I didn't bring my receipt in here with me, but needless to say, and when the Ogos came out, I was not a fan. I was like, oh, they're gimmicky and blah blah blah. Well, and then I bought that Ogo Halo Colorama and did my beautiful shrug, my fluffy, soft shrug that I wear so much when it's cold, and I did that in a matter of a couple of weeks, and I love that yarn. I love that soft, wonderful shrug. Although I didn't like the fact that the yarn was roving. Now I could have probably bought some more of that. Although the display for that yarn was a hot mess, and so I did not buy that yarn again, even though I was tempted to buy that yarn. But that's not the yarn they had for two something on the website. Uh, it was the bulky yarn that I wanted, the Ogo bulky yarn, and so I got me some, and because this is, I can make some more. They'll make up a little quicker with this than they are with the 4-weight that I'm using for Johnny's sweater. But so I got some of these. So this is the Ogo Halo Ogo Colorama yarn inspirations, but this is with the bulky weight. This is 5 weight. It recommends a 6mm knitting needle and somehow 6mm crochet hook, even though I'm probably going to use a 6.5 or a 7, because that's pretty thick. That's pretty thick. Yeah, that's pretty thick. But this, I got 5 of this color, and this is called Love Potion. It's got like a magenta here. I guess that's like a dark magenta. And then this is like a burgundy. And it goes into like a, I don't know what you want to call that color. Like a navy almost. Like almost a navy here. And then of course that turquoise. And then like a hunter green here. And I got 5 of this color. Is it 5? I think. I'm pretty sure I got 5 of that one. And I got one of this one. This color is called Overboard. And I just got one of these because I ended up with 16 altogether and 3 different colors. Because the girl at the counter would not match the online price. But they had another deal in the store, which was buy one, get 3 free. So somehow she managed to do that. So that's what the deal I got in the store. She wouldn't match what was on the website. So I thought that was kind of, meh. I didn't think that was right. But, because the last time I was in there, it was in September, and that girl matched the online prices, but this one would not. So, I thought that was kind of, meh. I'm going to be nice. It's the holidays. I'm going to be nice. See if I can find the other color. No. No, it's in the other bag. Here. Okay. And this is Baja, which is self-exclamatory. It's beach colors. Guilty as charged. Beach colors. But this is really soft yarn to be bulky yarn. This is super soft. I mean, in my opinion, it is soft, very soft. And so, hats, a cardigan, another sweater probably. But yes, this is the colors that you can see on the back. But let me give you the specs, because it's the same specs for all of them, really. It's, of course, it's 100% acrylic. And I gave y'all you could machine and wash this, no problem whatsoever. It's 6.4 ounces, 180 grams, 228 yards, 208 meters. And, of course, it was made in Turkey. All the best yarn is. But, it's super nice. It shows a picture of a hat, but I probably will make a hat out of some of this. I'll probably make a couple of hats out of that one, because Johnny had to run and get another one so that I could do the buy one get three free thing, so that it could match. The math would work. So the math would work. Sorry, I don't math very well. And let's see. Yes, and here's the last one I got. The last colorway is Blue Mustang. Who doesn't like a blue Mustang? Okay. Anyway, I like hot rod cars. So I like the name Blue Mustang. Long as it's in the 60s, right? Long as it's a 60-something Blue Mustang. Anyway. But you can see that it's got this dark gray here, and then like a lighter teal, like a off-white color here. It's self-exclamatory. Well, you know, it's me, right? I'm gonna buy my colors. The only one that had anything besides blues and stuff was this one, the Love Potion. But I'm gonna mix and match as far as cardigans. I figured I would probably, because I got 5 of each, and if I made a really big cardigan, I would probably have to mix and match. So I probably had to do, like, I don't know. It just depends. I just had to go to mix it. These two would definitely mix and match, no problem whatsoever. Mixing those. But that's definitely something I'm probably about to start. I'm probably about to start those. Because I keep looking at that on the Joanne's website. I've been looking at those. I'm looking at those. Hold on a second. I got to run her. Oh, hold on. I got to get up. It ran across the floor. Okay. Ooh. All right. But I got plenty here too. do whatever I want. So between the three the three main colors I got, and I'll figure out which one I want to mix. I may mix Baja with Love Potion just to kind of give it a different feel, but we'll just see what I have left over, because they all have the same color. Yeah, they all have the same specs, same exact specs actually. So they just for some reason one's a little fluffier than the other in that one, but I'm happy. Something I've been looking at for weeks and months that finally got cheap enough where I could have them. Because they had them, their regular price like $9 and something. And then they marked them down to, I forget how much they were. Like 7 something. And then they marked them down to 4 something. And that was almost cheap enough. And then when I saw them for 2 something today, and I was like, oh man. And then that item I had on Marketplace, I had somebody, ding, is that item still available? And I'm like, oh yes it is. So quick as me, I go get my cash. So yeah. So we did that. And yep, I went and got my yarn, and then we went and got some snacks and some laundry detergent. And yeah, we were good. So I finally got a yarn haul. Ooh. Oh, I ain't been able to do a yarn haul that I actually got to buy in quite some time. So it's pretty cool. And believe it or not, all this cost me less than $42. Is that not a deal? That's a deal. That's a deal. That's a deal. So excited by that. Yes, excited by that. Less than $42. So, yeah. And I've been wanting this bulky yarn so that I can make, I felt like I could make quicker sweaters with this than I could with the regular 4-weight. And so I'm going to get started probably. I'm working on Johnny's, of course, but I did want to start me a second project and have something I could bounce between. And so I'm going to start one where I don't know if I'm going to alter the sleeves as I go like I'm doing with Johnny's, or just let them go. I'll probably alter the sleeves because I like the sleeves altered. I think I like that quite a bit. But this is self-striping, so I don't have to change colors. I like that so much. You have no idea how much I like that. No changing of colors. I could just keep going and no changing of colors. Self-striping yarn is wonderful. Oh. And you know, I'm not going to look for it to be the exact same on both sides. I'm just going to let the colors play out as they play out, and it's just going to be what it is. I don't know. I don't know. I might color. These are pretty big stripes. These are pretty big stripes. So I might color control. The only bad part about color control is then you got to do all the cutting and tying back in, and that's almost like changing colors. So I think on the first one I won't have to color control on the first half. On the second half I might have to do some color control to keep it the same pattern. But I'll just have to examine these real good and see which ones are in the same pattern, and then try to keep them, matched up in the same pattern, so that I can minimize how much color controlling and stuff, because I like how Will's sweater came out to where, you know, the pattern was just perfect. I mean, the sweater's not perfect, but the pattern on his sweater is perfect as far as the color combination and everything. It just laid out just right. So, and Mama's laid out just right. And so I'd like the colors to play out just right. And so Johnny's will be laid out just right as well. So I like things to just kind of lay out like, you know, like they're supposed to. And so that's why I got to, I'll probably do some level of color control so that the colors play out like they're supposed to and be, you know, even on both sides. Um, I know I'd like to go all bohemian and let it just play out as it may, but I'm I'm too much into even numbers and even things, and if it's lopsided or that's gonna drive me nuts. Like I can't I like to round up numbers and even things up, and I can't imagine me not I can't imagine having two sides that didn't match. I think that would probably just make me crazy. So no, I would definitely be making sure they match. Um, but that's the only downside to that is once, you know, I'll just have to try to, the fact that I have so many of the same color of each, I should be able to get them to match. I'll just have to, luckily these donuts, you can start from either end. So that's the upside to these, is you can start from either end. So if it doesn't start, you know, if it's not laid out exactly the same on it, I can always start from the opposite end and have it work out. But I'll make it happen. It'll be fine. I don't mind having ends to sew in. I really don't. I'm not one of those that get tedious work has never been a problem for me. So tedious work, it just kind of makes the time go by, and you can kind of, I don't know, it just helps pass the time. Tedious work does. So it doesn't bother me. Anyway, I hope you all are having a wonderful night. I hope you enjoyed seeing this little yarn haul. I certainly enjoyed the little short amount of time that it took me and John to go pick it out, since it already had it in my head what I wanted. And we spent more time at the counter, them trying to figure out how to ring it up properly, than I did picking it out. Once I figured out where it was in the store, because they've had so much going on in the store that that it was a mess. It was a hot mess. Sorry, my nose is trying to get athletic on me. Oh, that's a creative way of saying my nose is running. Anyway, but I do hope you all have a wonderful week. I hope to have another awesome video for you soon. I got so many plans for videos. Unfortunately, the weather going back and forth like it is has been wreaking havoc with my osteoarthritis, and my back and legs and everything have been keeping me in quite a bit of physical pain, and which messes with my moods and has put me in no mood to make videos. So that's why you haven't seen a whole lot of videos from me, but hopefully I'm going to do my best to start Vlogmas. So I will do my best to do a video a day in December, like I did in September and October. Also, I'm considering doing a temperature blanket for 2023. I have to go through all my yarn stash and pick out colors, but I am seriously considering doing a temperature blanket for 2023. I have a couple of stitches picked out, really simple stitches in a wave pattern that I have saved in my videos. I will, when I go through and pick out my colors and do that, put that video together, I will link the stitch together and put that in that video, and y'all can either do the temperature blanket with me, or y'all can just follow my progress. It's totally up to you. I figured I would probably add stitches. Pardon me, I'm a little dry. But I would probably add stitches like on a Monday and a Friday, or like twice a week. I hadn't figured out which days of the week yet, but I figured twice a week would be fine. Just like on the beginning and the ending of the week, Monday and Friday, maybe, you know, something of that nature. Or, you know, just like an average temperature over the weekend and do it on a Monday, and then an average temperature the rest of the week on a Friday, and, you know, and just average temperatures, you know, a high and a low. Do two rows on Monday for the high, the average high and the average low, and then 2 rows on, you know, Friday, the average high and the average low, and keep at it that way. And just let the colors happen as they happen, you know, and let it play out like it's going to play out, and see what we got at the end of the year. And, you know, should be interesting. I think the colors I'm going to get, I think the colors that I'm going to go with are the actual colors that you see on the Weather Channel's temperature guide thing. You know, whatever color they use for hot, and whatever temperature color they use for cold, you know, the yellows and the, you know, the greens, and I think I'm gonna stick with that. I know which is probably primary colors, but I think that's what I'm gonna stick with. I'm just gonna keep it simple, and just stick with whatever colors that the Weather Channel uses for their you know, representation of hot and cold. I think I'm just gonna stick with that. I'm not gonna get too fancy with it. I'm just gonna, you know, do that, and that way I know, you know, what's hot, what's cold, what have you. Now, I won't have a whole lot of like really cold like you get in Alaska and those kind of places. I'll have a whole lot of hot, because, well, it's Louisiana, so there would probably be a lot of red and you know, orange and yellow and that kind of thing. But we'll just wait and see what happens, right? It should be fun. But I think going, you know, just to keep it simple for me, because when I was working, I had to keep a lot of do a lot of multitasking and keep a lot of irons in the fire. I used to do call center work and tech support over the phone, where I remoted into people's computers, and had to keep a lot of irons in the fire and watch a lot of screens and do a lot of stuff. And now that I'm no longer working, and cause mentally I just can't, I can't keep up with a bunch of stuff at one time. And it just starts to stress me out. So therefore I try to keep things as just as simple and clear cut as possible. And so as far as the color combination, that color list of this blanket, I'm just going to keep it just as simple as possible. So if you see me do things very simply, that's because in my professional life, everything was anything but simple. And I just refused in my, you know, in my now life that I can control. I just don't want anything terribly complicated. And so I keep things as simple as possible, because that's how I'm comfortable, and that's how I keep myself out of the nut house. To be perfectly frank. So, anyway, I love you all, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm going to go get this uploaded, and I will see y'all soon. Remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend's waiting for you at the shelter or the rescue. And I will see you soon. Love you. Bye. This here, ladies, is the Beg Brigade. This one is Axel. This one is Theodore. Sit. Sit. Good boy.